Yo, what up? Good morning, GM, Friday. Woo! Friday. February 7th. Oh yeah, 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house, Tyler with the Bulls hat, Mendo with the shirt. Good morning. How you guys doing today?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
You like that shirt, huh?
This one?
Yeah, it's like your favorite shirt. I like it too. I like it. Yeah. Navy's good on you. I can't wear navy. Navy's looks really bad on me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like that's why I don't have a navy suit. But I gotta get one done now. I have no choice.
You don't have a navy suit?
No, I actually have like 8 different suits tailored to me. And not one navy one, because I actually hate the color navy. On me, that is.
You're gonna get into American politics.
So well, this is why my tailor's coming over on Sunday. Yeah, we're getting some navy suits done for the boy. I'm thinking like peak lapel, maybe some stripes. I'm not sure yet.
The bull market really left for you, did it? That JLP move. Now you're buying watches. You're fucking getting a new suit. Like the trenches were destroyed, and Farouk over here living his best life.
Yeah, dude, I'm about to start tweeting like you didn't sell the top and on. I'm just kidding. I'm not him. Tyler, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. It's the first morning seeing some green on the board we've had this week. How can we not be?
Right? It feels really good until you zoom out, really. Well, for the memes, that is. It's like, yeah, my bag's up 25%. And you zoom out, it's up. It's got like 3,000% to go up to all-time high. Anyways, it's good though. It's good. You love to see that. I want to see some retweets. I want to see some shares. We're gonna win a fucking penguin today. So I'm not putting punks again. I'm putting penguins at 5% probabilities. Like I'm just gonna like full stack just penguin wins to see if we can hit a penguin, because I think it's tough to win a punk. So let's try and win at least a pudgy, because that's a nice little $30,000 sorry, in the pockets of a lucky listener. Stay on the show. Market report as usual. Then what we have Tyler's top 1000 again. Looks like you have a lot to talk about this morning. Then we have fucking Ovi pondering about Kanye West potential coin circulating market cap. This guy's you got to get him back on the show, man. Though he's bored. He
just deep down the rabbit hole. That's the thing.
You gotta get him, bro. We gotta get your ass back on FOMO hour. You are bored. He's so funny, right? I love Obi pondering. I'm gonna send him a StreamYard link. And then so we'll go through that. And Robit loot box spin again. We'll get someone winning some money today. And last but not least, this show is powered by Galaxis. Galaxis is a Web3 platform empowering creators and brands to build unstoppable communities with full ownership and independence, trusted by icons like Donald Trump, Steve Aoki, Mike Tyson, and the NBA, shaping together the future of engagement. And also Fairside. Every day we see people's wallets get drained. Fairside is about to launch a fair alternative to insurance for crypto scams. Check out Fairside Network on X. If you get drained, you won't get wrecked. Mandu.
Who is the man, Macro Daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
Yeah, GM everyone. So we also back. Bitcoin is back at 99K.
We had 100K this morning.
Yeah, we had 100K. Solana is above 200. ETH is ETH is at 2,750. So I don't know. Is that the first time it's higher when Bitcoin's recrossed 100? I don't actually don't know the
answer. Does this count as a reclaim of 100 yet, or does that what's the threshold, right?
Because most of those I think are on the way down. We've been ticking them.
Yeah, it didn't really hit 100. Like it was like a tap. It was like a little
it bounced hard off actually.
Look at that. It rejected 100 actually, Mando. But yeah, we are lower.
We are either way. We are a decent, more decent spot than we have been. It is remarkable. I mean, this is what everyone's saying on the timeline, but it's remarkable to see Bitcoin at 100K.
Yeah.
the timeline in shambles. Solana's at 200. Yeah, ETH is obviously down, but like those have been the two main assets I think for people this cycle. It's just been horrific in the trenches, and we've seen a bit of a bounce. AI agents are back up to 7 billion. The meme coin market cap, I haven't looked at it today, Tyler, but I guess we've probably added a few billion.
Not even, bro. I added like 500 million.
Yeah. So
1 billion.
So we're back. We're back versus
We're so back.
That's up 6%. It was at 6.5 yesterday when I tweeted out again, like, oh my, what the hell's happened? So we're up 10% roughly from there. 10.
I think it was even lower at some point.
It was probably a little lower.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. That's the other day when I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's like 1 billion plus. Yeah.
So I think people are thinking, Fartcoin is the one that's bounced the most here. Taiki. Should we bring up Taiki's YouTube page?
Yes.
Yeah, we should. I mean, to be honest, and I really like that guy. I think he's a really good, he's a good person, right? Like he's a positive human. But it would be really funny if Fartcoin ran it back here. I would feel really bad for him though. All right, here it is.
Just do most recent. Go to his video.
Videos latest. There you go.
So it's Fartcoin will go parabolic. Spark strategy bull case. Fartcoin is about to 10x, round tripping my Fartcoin, and he sold. He sold over half of his bag over the weekend when we had.
Oh, he still has some. Then he didn't fully out.
He didn't. If you listen to it, he doesn't say how much, but he still says he has some. But he says that was his stop loss essentially. He got in, it seems like around 200-ish, which is when I was first looking at it as well. So he's obviously made money on the trade, but it was 80% of his portfolio, he said. So and I think obviously he was up a lot more. So he's kind of pretty annoyed, it seems. I don't know if he bought it on the way up. I think he probably did. Guessing. Yeah.
He was 80%. He had 80% of his port in Fartcoin, to be fair. Which is what he said on this show, on his podcast as soon as he opened it. Like that's a lot.
Well, he also made his entire personality. Like, I'm not saying it was a bad trade. Like, of course, like that's too much, right? Like anyone would agree with that.
Yeah.
But no one forced you to make this your entire personality. I think it's a bad move, personally. Just me. Just to have all these videos where you say it's the trade of the year and then to sell the bottom.
Never ever make a coin your personality.
Murad would never. Murad would never.
He's not Murad though, right? There's no. I don't think.
But in the sense that he made a specific token, his personality kind of is, right?
Yeah.
He's like the Murad of Fartcoin, maybe.
Look, I'm trying to defend it.
I get you.
So I like him and I speak to him quite a lot, but I do think that was he's just like set himself up for getting abuse.
I mean,
because if he sells the top, then he's just like an asshole pump and dumper, right? So like
that's the dilemma of making a coin your personality, right? Like this is, for example, why Thread Guy never sold his goat, and now he's like, fuck. And he saw Takey's video. He was like, wait, does that mean I can sell my goat? Yo, dude, did you listen to my stream with Thread Guy the other day, Mando?
Yeah.
And he was like, did Mando sell his goat? And I'm like, I don't know. Don't put me in the hot seat. He's like, did Mando leave me hanging with goat? I'm like, I don't know about Mando's bags. Loki, I do. Well, not really, all of them. But I know he's heavy GLP and Ray.
Yeah, I still have some, but obviously I can't hold something down.
No, I can't blame you. And he was like, did Mando sell without time? I'm like, dude, you can listen to the show every day. Mando literally gives his fucking breakdown every morning on the show. My.
I was pretty clear when I did that move, which was after
you did
Melania coin, and I moved everything to.
Yeah. To be fair, you pretty much give people your bags every day on the show. So you're pretty transparent. But yeah, so back to this point, never make a coin your personality in crypto if you have an audience, because it's bound to go down. Unless it's Bitcoin. Like, you're fine. Don't worry about it. You can make Bitcoin your personality. But, right? It's a tough one.
Well, I think more that just going back to it, like I think it feels as though Fartcoin looks the strongest weirdly now, although it's actually just back down to 520 now. I don't know. Like, I said this to you for like,
Yeah.
there are rumors. Obviously, Kanye West is having a meltdown at the moment on the timeline, but there are rumors that he might issue a
I mean, he
coin.
tweeted it out himself, like something about a token.
If he issues a coin, like, I don't know what happens to those coins. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's
They get
very
decimated.
to underwrite what's going to happen. I was getting bullish on them today, and I was like, oh, maybe I should buy some. And me and Farrokh were talking about it. I was like, but it's so tough because if that happens, like,
I wanted to buy meme coins until the Kanye thing, and I'm like, what? Like, it's Shabbat tonight. He's gonna drop a token. He's gonna decimate everything again. Like, people don't care about his anti-Semitic remarks and everything. Like, let's be honest. Like, people in the trenches will still buy them. The coin, right?
I think they do. I, as I said to you before, I think that coin is something you want to own very low down. But if he continues with what he's talking about, that coin's going to get decimated, I reckon.
Yeah.
But I
Here's
also
the
think
thing.
decimated on celebrity coins.
Yeah.
Like, we obviously had the Hawk Tour thing yesterday, and then everyone's just saying, like, I'm not going to buy another celebrity one. Even Trump, right? Trump has gone down from 75 all the way down to what?
Look at Trump.
1750.
Right. So, like, it's not like you want to own it on that first wick up, and I feel like right now, I don't know how big Kanye's first wick will be.
Oh wow. All these
so
trades are done. Like, it's you guys notice, and Tyler, I know you have something to say here, but like, it's all the same patterns on every coin that has launched in the last 2 weeks. Every single coin has one wick up, people FOMO, second wick up, dump it when it gets a little crazy, and then it just goes straight down like this. This exact pattern is the same. I could pull up every coin launched in the last 14 days, and they all look the same. It's like very interesting to see, and that's why I keep saying, like, sometimes the trade is missed. And that's how I feel about a lot of these coins. I think the best trades are from coins that are not launched yet. What do you think, Tyler? I know you had something to say about what Mendo's talking about.
I don't know. Like, I feel less concerned about a Kanye coin than I would have a couple weeks ago. I feel like we're clearly in these like descending roller coaster loops, and like people now know like the upside is capped. Like if you get in on a Kanye coin at 100 million, it's probably a good buy. But like, look at that Enron coin. That was an Enron coin. That wasn't even a Kanye coin. It was at 600 million in 10 minutes, 20 minutes. That's what's going to happen. If Kanye goes to $1 billion in 10 minutes, are you buying it at $1 billion?
My dumbass. No, I'm kidding. No, I wouldn't buy it at $1 billion. It depends what it is. If it's a heel pump fund, no. If it's a properly launched token that, like Trump's was in a pump fund, right? Maybe
Right.
Smaller size, but no, technically no. Like
I'm not selling my bags to chase a Kanye coin at $1 billion.
No, definitely not.
What's the upside there? Maybe a 2 to 3x, and you have 90% downside.
That's what we were talking about quite a lot in the chat. If he'd just done this as well, like on a day that he's releasing an album, and like, oh yeah, maybe this is like a redemption arc sort of thing, but it's not really like.
I mean, he's literally tweeting that he hates Jews at the same time, so it really doesn't help the. It like really doesn't help the case.
Well, it's one tweet. Just okay, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna own this. Like, so I think, but I do think the bags will still get crushed. Like, I do think, I genuinely think that.
So that's what you do, right? You stable up ahead of a coin like that, is launching. You're supposed to play chess, right? So you keep some money on the side. He drops his coin, you buy the dump on the coins that you like. Is that a better move?
I think that's what people will do. Like, they might not even buy his coin, but they might be like, they expect other people to, so they'll sell their coin.
Every Zoomer in the planet will buy the Kanye coin.
No, I'm not sure. Even look at the comments under Ovi's post, right? Like, I don't think this is. I think you're probably underestimating that. Like, this is quite a.
I genuinely think that we are surrounded by. I can't use the R word. By redacted people. In this, we live in an asylum. Like, we operate in an asylum. Like, I think people will put all morals aside when it comes to token. Like, genuinely think that.
So Trump's coin right now, current market cap is $3.5 billion.
So it's not passing that. Your best take this week, Mando, was that we are forgetting the ceiling on these meme coins now on Solana because Trump was 70 billion. Yeah. And so the ceiling was 70 billion for a hot second, 30 billion for quite a while, actually. We are forgetting that the ceiling is way lower now for meme coins on Sol. So I think that was, and even on ETH, Pepe is down 75% from the highs. So that was like a really good take. I think like people are just overestimating meme coins now.
Yeah, I kind of think that that's kind of one of my main takeaways. That even now, like even buying Fartcoin, if it does a 2x, right, it would whiff is at 750, so it would like comfortably flip whiff, and it would probably go into third place just behind Bonk. So like the road to 1 billion is just not really the road, and you can see it from the trend as well. Like the 10 million is the new 100. I rarely see new coins running at the moment.
There's nothing running. What do you guys think that is? I mean, Tyler, you spend quite a bit of time in the trenches. Like what, you're trading daily. Like what do
It's
you
just
what do you
total
think that is?
reset, capitulation over the weekend.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense to kind of pull up that chart. I think just to talk about kind of the mindset.
Let's talk about it.
But in the trends, I think people are out. Like I'm not even looking. Like if you sent me, you think it's like going to be a total banger, and you have a real thesis behind it, maybe I'll get the ledger out. But like I'm not even looking. I'm not even spending time thinking about it right now. And it feels like that's kind of everyone's mindset. I was actually shocked by the number of coins still launching on Pump. So clearly there are syndicates who are still launching hundreds of coins per day because the numbers down that much. But like nothing is like if you look at the Solana board, like there are no new coins. But anyway, so I saw this tweet yesterday. And it was kind of enlightening for me, and I'm wrong a lot, right? But I kind of had this like the light bulb went off that I think we're in the anger phase of this meme coin and AI cycle. I think we have to separate where Bitcoin and majors are from where some of the local metas are. This local AI and meme meta, I think we just totally sped run this. And we were at anger. I think we had capitulation this past Saturday. We saw a capitulation rebound Monday, Tuesday, and then everything went lower. And like every chart looks basically exactly like this.
It's
like
true.
New lows. And now we're starting to see the rebound, but like AI16Z is up 40% today. Fartcoin's up 20% now.
So what? We're here?
Pump. Then we're probably going to bleed again, like the next time Bitcoin revisits range lows, right? It's just a matter of time. So like for me, like, okay, how long are we in anger, disbelief until the next wave runs? And I'm not saying this, that all of our coins are going to V-shape back up, because like that's definitely not the case. I think some will. And then like the new meta will come in. But I don't know. It's just wild. Like we were talking about this yesterday, man. I'm just like, it was shocking how fast this all happened. And like we really sped run. Euphoria was Trump Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Trump Sunday was euphoria.
That was complete euphoria, like pre-inauguration day.
We got complacency that week, and then in 10 days.
Damn, this is true. Fuck, I'm matching it to my emotions, but just meme coins, not majors, right? You're talking just meme coins, just to set this, the record here. You running me back through this actually makes, like, I'm running back how I felt myself emotionally. I was euphoric on Trump, complacent the week of the inauguration. Even if you look at my tweets, like, oh, it's getting inaugurated, no. But personally, like, I kind of skipped this part thanks to JLP. But if I was in memes, I'd definitely be going through this period, and I'd be fucking angry today. So thankfully I saved, like, I guess it's kind of saved here, but this makes sense. There's a lot of anger on timeline right now. Like, usually when you see a lot of people blaming people, like, I know the whole blame for Oak thing in 21 was a joke, but like, it's real. And so this time it was like Frank and those guys. Like, they're getting decimated on the timeline. Like, there's a lot of anger. Like, but it's like it's more than anger. Like, when it gets aggressive, guys, is when you know, and it's getting a little aggressive.
The pitchforks are out.
Yeah,
they're really out for Murad,
Frank, TG, Banks. Like,
people would like hang Murad in the public square right now if they could. That's that's my read. I like Murad, and like I'll defend him. Like I actually think if you look at his numbers,
he's good.
Calls, all those coins are up.
Hey, Popcat got spot Coinbase. I mean, it's not looking good, but it's listed spot on Coinbase. He's got 3 coins on Coinbase now. No SPX. Is SPX on Coinbase?
Anyways, people are angry. I think that match is
oh god. Fuck, even Coinbase can't save a coin now. Like, it's crazy. Like, look at the Coinbase pump. Can you even see it? Wow. Look at this.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild out there. I agree with you. It does feel like anger on retirement. I thought that yesterday. I thought that a lot of the weekend. And I thought it a lot. And then yesterday, obviously, with the whole Hawk Tour podcast as well. Okay, it just feels like there's just
That was funny. Let's go see that.
There's easy ammo at the moment.
That
I'm
was
just-
hilarious.
Good vibe memes, you know.
Get...
I've
Pookie.
returned to being a meme account. That is.
Honestly, I doubted the Pookie one. Like Pookie wants his $300 back. Did you guys see that segment in the podcast? Like Pookie? Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I'll watch the podcast.
I didn't watch the podcast. It's a viral clip.
Oh, really? Okay.
So
I missed
Pookie is her boyfriend. And then she was like, and then Banks goes like, how's Pookie doing? And then she goes, well, Pookie lost money. Pookie wants her $300 back. And
I quite like that.
it was so funny, bro. Oh my god. Yeah. It's getting aggressive. It's giving me like early 2022. Let's like find Farouk and like kill his entire family vibes.
Mm.
Yeah, and we went through that, by the way.
Paulie's wanted for.
Yeah, wait, but we have to hold on. Hold on. We have to talk about this. I mean, hold on. That was like left field. Like I totally forgot about like the whole like Paulie thing. And if you were around 2021, you won't remember the whole like Farouk Paulie stuff. But I marked the top on Paulie when I crashed out in Singapore. But so Paulie apparently is a top 10 most wanted person in Puerto Rico.
This is real as well.
It's
like
real. There's a video. This
What is it?
Yazan guy posted it.
there's a full video around it
Yeah, there's a video. Like,
where they like say his name and there's like a full description of what he did.
Jeremy Cajen.
Got in.
He is literally wanted in Puerto Rico, guys.
Top 10. Beat someone, apparently. I thought the last thing we heard from Paulie was him getting beaten up, but then he did get like jacked, I thought, or something like that.
It appears like he assaulted someone. Like apparently he smashed someone's head on the cement or something. Like I don't know, but apparently he beat someone up. Were you around during the whole Paulie stuff, Tyler? You were.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar. Like he was part of the reason why I didn't get into the Pepe trade.
Yeah, that you and a lot of people actually.
'Cause I really didn't like him, and it felt like it was kind of tied to him.
Yeah. At first, definitely there was definitely something going on at first. So, anyways, so Paulie's wanted in other news in Puerto Rico. So I thought that was funny. But can we just talk about this Gordon Garner quote tweet? Then I want to go to Tyler's. But this is like insane. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah, I like that.
They dealt with the huge brunt of it, right? With the lawsuit, and folks may not remember that. It cost them a lot.
Yeah. That was a whole thing. Anyways, I thought that was funny. Anyways, Tyler, let's go to your Tyler.
Before we pivot, I think Stats had something he wanted to come up and share about our conversation. The legend.
What's up, dudes? I
Stats!
got nothing super pressing. Just the last time I was on the show, I said, Tyler, Farouk, I was talking to you guys, I said, I wonder if these AI coins can have a rebound because they're attention assets. And I got DMs talking about how mid-curve I am.
Are you here for Victory Lap?
I got DMs from people saying you're so mid-curve, I just added more because of your boomer ass takes. People
It's
think
true. You got
it's
dunked on.
rebound.
They were fucking ruthless to you.
Yeah, and it's not a victory lap. It's not a big deal, but people in my DM saying you boomer and your mid curve takes. I just bought more of my chatbots, so just had to
I can't even question this. This maybe next time, like someone comes on the show and you guys hate on him, it's time to sell everything. Because I do remember the takes on the timeline of people decimating you. Like they were tagging us, like "fuck this guy, stupid boomer, doesn't know what he's talking about," and everything dumped like 80% after that. So usually that's a good thing. While we're on the topic, let's go to Tyler's topics. I do want to clear something out because yesterday, shout out to Block News though. Shout out to Block. I'm going to give blocknews.com a big shout out here because they've been clipping our show a lot since a couple of days. They've been doing a lot of Thread Guy clips, Jakey, everything. So shout out to them for actually clipping Boomer clips from the show, because once you pass 30 years old, like you're a boomer, right? And so
isn't it? This is like
we are a boomer show.
This is
like,
the LA Cabal if it was 10 years
the
later.
DCA pod is like geriatric. We're like Raul Pal, DCA pod geriatric. Like, let's take you to bed, Grandpa, right? But and by the way, they're incredible shows, incredible podcasts. I don't listen, but I know that you guys give good insight. And then us, we're like, what? Like, what would be our cabal name? Like, what's LA Vape Cabal? Like, what would we be, Mando? Like, what's like our shit?
JLP Maxis, you know.
The JLP, yeah, the JLP, but we have to find different like words for all of them. Like, let's find grok. Like, find us good words to fit the JLP acronym.
Bigger hell. Let's put it that way.
Acronym. Yeah, the Jolly Little Penguin, Jazz Love Peace, Jungle Leap Party, Juicy Lemon Pie, Java Learning Program,
Lemon Pie,
Jumpstart Literacy Project, Jellyfish Love Parade. Anyways, the code today for Rollbit is Boomer. So rafflebot.xyz, rafflebot.xyz. The code is Boomer. If you want to win a Pudgy Penguin, I just said the Penguins have 5% chance to win per penguin. So you're probably going to win a penguin today. I mean, it would be nice. And with that, Tyler, let's see what you got for us.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler D on FOMO hour calls the kids can't miss.
Free to bash the Bears. Top headline today. We'll give it to Trump Media. We broke the story yesterday, but now we got the official news. Made in America ETFs, Bitcoin Plus ETFs. They filed for them. Those are coming. We had the SEC acknowledge an amendment to the Solana ETF. It looks like the Solana ETF is coming. Several spot XRP Ripple ETF applications filed yesterday. Those are coming as well. We saw U.S. Congressman introduce the NFT Act to designate some NFTs as non-securities. So NFTs catching some love. We had Iowa introduce a Bitcoin Strategic Reserve bill. Utah passed its own bill in the House now. So Utah is pushing along. I think over 1/3 of the United States now have bills for Bitcoin Strategic Reserves. So it's really adding up. We saw Solana stablecoin supply hit a new all-time high yesterday, and then Ethereum gas fees fell below 1 GUE. The sign of on-chain activity dipping a bit. In tokens, protocols, and airdrop news, Berachain launched its token in mainnet. Bera briefly ran to 14, back at 775 here after one full day of trading. Story Protocol introduced its IP token in tokenomics for its peer-to-peer IP L1 this morning. Phantom launched multi-currency support, also flipped Ethereum 24-hour revenue. So big day for Phantom. In AI news, there's actually quite a bit. The market's up a touch, but the teams are all cooking. The Virtuals team met with the X AI team in XHQ to talk about AI and crypto. We had ARK introduce their new Rig on-chain kit to help anyone create their own AI on-chain copilot. We had the Accelerate DAO announce a partnership with Virtuals to incubate teams. The Virtuals team is going to give them 50K grants to the select teams. Those teams will give tokens back to the Accelerate DAO. Avalanche, this GoKite AI team launched the first AI-focused L1 powered by proof of attributed intelligence, the new POAI model. Abstract integrated Top Hat, so Abstract's getting deeper.
Let's go.
Near Protocol introduced a $20 million AI agent fund. And yeah, so those are the major headlines there. Quite a bit. Actually.
There is quite a bit. Let's start with the AI stuff since we're on it. We got a little bit of founder beef too on a couple of posts here. Looks like the Griffin founders wants to come on. We were meant to have the ARK founders on too. I know the Griffin founder has some words under your tweet saying that they've been doing it. So why don't we talk about the ARK stuff just quickly though, because I forgot to finish my point earlier. There was a 14-second clip that was posted of me yesterday, seemingly like dunking on the whole thing, saying that nothing has utility. What I was saying yesterday is not that nothing has utility, is that we're not using the tools, so therefore they lost their mimetic values, and now we're looking at the face value of them from utility, and we're like, it's not worth $500 million. That's what I'm trying to say. That doesn't mean that if you're building something AI, it's worthless, but it means that maybe, just maybe, it's not worth $500 million. That's all I was trying to say, and so there was a lot of angry people saying, Farouk hasn't used my tool, therefore he's not looking at it, and he's not paid to look at it. I was never paid to talk about any of the AI shit, by the way. And I still only bought Farcoin for one reason, because it hard A rises. And I find it funny. But I just want people to know that. And also, just because you have a tool, it doesn't mean it's worth $100 million. Take it from someone building a company where we're still having trouble with valuations. With everything that we actually own and generating actual millions of dollars of revenue. So I think it was mistaken in that sense. And with that, Block News, shout out to you again. Tyler, take us through the ARK news.
Yeah, so pretty big news out of ARK yesterday. They announced the Rig On-Chain Kit. It is a toolkit to enable AI agent on-chain actions on Solana plus EVM. So they are going multi-chain. The kicker here is they are enabled via chatbots. So they've effectively paired an LLM with their toolkit. You can do things like balance checks, swaps, transfers, contract calls, all via natural language commands. So for example, you can tell a Solana agent built with this kit to swap one SOL to Fartcoin, and then you'll be able to watch it walk through the processing steps of going to Jupiter, doing the actual swap, signing the message in the wallet. And you'll be able to see it all do that to get a little bit more of a feel, perhaps trust, for the agent actually executing the task. Again, multi-chain, supports Privy, and it enables tool macros to be built on top of it. That's just a surface level view. I definitely want to get deeper into it if we can get Tachi on our show. Tachi is the co-founder of ARK. It feels like a big headline. I think people in my comments said that Griffane has already had this. I thought Griffane was just a tool in itself. This news to me felt like this is enabling anyone to kind of go build this. This series of co-pilots, so they could all be different. Maybe I'm naive. I'm naive about a lot of things. I'm wrong about a lot of things. Like, this is the kind of development that I feel like is a big deal, right? And you can say that reply guy, AI agent chatbots are slop, and I would agree with you. Those are a dime a dozen.
This doesn't look like slop though.
But tech that will enable us to, if you think AI is the future and we'll be using AI tools, you have to think this is eventually where we are going to get, right? And I think the big issue to overcome right now is trust. In this infancy stage, I don't trust an AI agent to swap SOL for Fartcoin for me.
Yeah.
But I'll probably be there. I don't know if it's 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months.
I mean, you're going to have assistance for everything, right?
Yeah. Well, Sam, I'd love your take on this. You are an AI power user. You said you chat with ChatGPT more than you do a lot of your friends. I know you're not deep in the trenches, but would you see yourself using a chatbot to perform on-chain actions for you?
I think it's just got to get so established and trusted. It's like we get scammed so much. People get scammed so much in this space. The minute you get scammed, the entire timeline talks about how stupid you are. You get no empathy. So I think with products in this space, you need so much validation before you want to touch them. But yeah, I mean, if it gets validation and it becomes kind of accepted in the space, sure. I think one of the issues though is exactly what Farouk said, is I'm originally from finance, and then I was in Silicon Valley for 8 years. The amount of kind of proof of concept you need to get a $500 million valuation is so much. These numbers are so high that the minute you start trying to anchor, whereas in crypto, things pump to 500 million, a billion because of the dream, because of the FOMO, because of the narrative. But the minute you start anchoring that in real world products, I think it actually gets a lot harder, because real world products have problems. Real world products can, take a long time to validate. Real world products often don't make money. There's so many issues with real world products that in crypto, the dream, the vision, I always use the CloneX example. You were kind of okay, paying.
That's a good example
for an NFT. The minute they start sending you shoes, you're like, wait a second, I just bought shoes for $250. Why do I need a $60,000 NFT for this? And the whole thing starts coming undone. I almost feel like crypto products almost do better if they just stay within the imagination.
Well, that's a meme. That's true, right? Everything does well until the product is actually fucking launched. There's a part of me sometimes that wishes we never launched Miri. I should have dropped the fucking token, ran it up to $1 billion, never launched prediction market. I'm just kidding, of course, because I actually value product over that. And that goes to the conversation that Kobe was having yesterday with Bankless guy Hoffman, saying every single airdrop gets hated on, and Kobe was like, no, maybe just focus on launching an actual fucking product, proper product, and then that people use and love, and then drop the token, and people are going to appreciate the token. Mando, what do you think about all this?
What about the airdrop meta?
the airdrop meta, but also like everything we're talking about regarding like, product launches, valuations, all that good stuff.
I do think we're now moving closer to a world where utility may not be that bad a word, just because I think you're going to have regulation in the US. You can have more I don't know, equity like tokens. I think at least under clearer regulation, whether they're securities or not, you're going to get clear regulation about what people can and can't do. So there are you can create like a Web3 business where some of the revenue goes back to the token. And I think that was kind of the aim for some of the successful coins right now, like which ones I've been mentioning in DeFi, Hyperliquid. Like is Hyperliquid a utility coin? Yeah, I think it is. And it's working. And so is Radium, so is Jupiter, we just said, and that could extend into AI for sure, and other things. I do think it probably makes sense to lead with the product a bit more.
The most get people using it, and then I don't know.
It feels like we've lost. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, it's just that some of the most successful projects in crypto haven't released tokens yet, right? And maybe they never will, but like, there's something to be said about that.
Pump Fund doesn't have a token yet, or may never have one.
Photon doesn't have a token, but like
Photon doesn't have Phantom itself, the wallet, which is arguably the most successful product.
These are all some of
OpenSea.
Tether has a token, but
good point though. That's a good point.
Tether doesn't have a token other than USDT, but it doesn't have like some revenue. Like the biggest, if you go down the list of the highest revenue generating protocols in crypto,
Polymarket doesn't have a token.
Only 50% of them have tokens.
And
most of them are L1s.
Yeah. I think you got to get people actually using the thing, because then it will make them want to use the product. Anyway, speaking of that, people have been using Berachain for a long time, Tyler. How's that going?
It's an interesting launch. It came out, did very well early on, shot to 14. I think what the issue was, there were some delays and people being able to like bridge their NFTs to Berachain. So if you wanted to, 6.9% of the airdrop went to the Bera NFTs. And also shout out, like I think that Rug Radio shared the stat. I don't know who found it originally. The Berachain OG NFT became the most successful NFT of all time.
I saw that.
From 0.069 ETH to $2 million.
Yeah. It was legendary. Hold on. He quoted legendary. Where is it? There you go.
That's a pretty incredible accomplishment. So that they definitely pulled off a pretty incredible Ponzi there with the NFTs. There was some FUD circulating yesterday, and granted, take some of it with a grain of salt from the people it was coming from, that effectively the locked tokens were able to be staked, and the way some of the staking mechanisms work, like you can earn tokens that you could effectively swap and sell, so that perhaps some of the locked tokens actually could be sold. I don't have the full details there, but that was, I think, something that hurt some of the price action early on. I think that one of the founders kind of came out and explained it. That put in a temporary bottom at 7. It bounced about 10 to 20% off of that. I saw CBB went long like 500K at the bottom. So clearly he knew that was coming. So that was a good trade. Now I think it's just a question of are they going to be able to attract users? It's like, who is going to Berachain? What are they going to do there? I think that's a pretty big open question. I think that's the question that every L2, every L1 has to answer.
Yeah.
Right. Because the market is busy. This is not the bear market by any means. And like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around, like, what is there to do in Bera? Like, to me, it's like a lot of DeFi. It's a lot of DeFi games, which isn't really my specialty. And in general, like, I feel like we've like NFTs and meme coins don't really do well in these new chains for the most part. Like, they're not doing well on Solana. Like, it's impossible to do well on other chains.
I think it always rolls back to Sol, man. Like, honestly, I think like Berachain comes, takes attention from Sol, then people go back to Solana, then Monad will do that, Mega ETH will do that. You name it, what does that? I think the casino will always be Sol. I'm just curious. Again, I think you're right. DeFi product, maybe. Like, maybe it'll be like actual different products. But what have you guys seen that? I haven't done the research enough yet. I need to do it. But this is actually wild. Bong Bears are the first collection to be more profitable than apes. If you minted the Bong Bear for 0.069 ETH, you receive 1 Bond Bear, 2 Boo Bears, 4 Baby Bears, 8 Band Bears, and 16 Bit Bears. Total worth is $2 million. Damn. Not bad. Not bad.
It's a lot.
Yeah. It's I'm actually curious. Like, you guys, Mando, you seen anything on Bera or stats that you guys are pretty involved in crypto, or you guys just been? I mean, we're pretty busy, all of us, so it's tough. But
honestly, I've been kind of shocked that Bera has stayed as strong as it has after, because Bera to me, I mean, it's kind of just an like it's a Cosmos chain, right? It's not
it's
like
a Cosmos chain, yeah.
It didn't exactly do anything that crazy here from the tech side. So to me, it felt very similar to like a Blast. You know, like the vibes are really, really good until the airdrop, and then it's got
incredible branding. Let me put it that way.
Right, but what I mean is like after the failure of those sort of styles of chains, I just didn't. I've been surprised at how strong it stayed. But let's see. Like maybe it keeps it up.
Yeah, I think it was a good strategy to launch the token originally. Like, because the minute you start launching these products, people start flooding it, you know, and you start having to deal with data. You start having to make sure your numbers are high. You start getting compared to base, all that shit. But if you launch a token when the dream's still real, like, I think that, like, and I think we're seeing a little bit of the opposite with Abstract, where, you know, if they had launched the Abstract token day of, I think there would have been a lot more FOMO that goes into it. And I worry that as people, you know, hopefully the product like gains traction and that narrative gets sorted out. But I think the way that Bera did it was kind of interesting for token holders. The thing is, like, to move money to something new and get familiar with the new ecosystem, it just takes so much. Like, it's just a big barrier to entry. Like, it just, you gotta feel like you know what you're doing. You gotta worry you're not gonna make a mistake. And it just, for me at least, like doing that on day one, I want to do it. I added it to my wallet and stuff like that. I just haven't taken the steps yet. So that's kind of, I would like to go in there and figure out what it takes to actually do some interesting stuff though.
But this just goes to show you, like, if you're a participant, there's always somewhere to make money. Go ahead, Tyler.
I think that would be my message to someone launching a new L1, L2 is, how do you overcome the barrier to entry for those who haven't been following your ecosystem?
This is true.
Not be overwhelmed at the start. And actually, I feel like Abstract is kind of the opposite, because it feels like there's not maybe like 100 different things to do. Like they've got the key apps kind of highlighted up front, but like I sent you a tweet of this Berachain ecosystem. On this page, and that's great. Like, it's a bustling ecosystem, but I look at that and go like, oh my god, I don't know where to start. I'm going to be the X liquidity to the sharps who've been grinding this for 2 years, and I'm the fish in this scenario. So I'm probably just going to stay on the sidelines, unless I get an overwhelming reason to dive in. And I think that's the problem that everyone has to solve right now.
Yeah, there's like, I would love to have some. Why don't we just have one of the Smokey on the show?
Yeah,
let's just have the founder on the show.
Tell us what to do.
Yeah, honestly, like, let's just have the founder on the show. I only had positive things to say about Bera when it came out yesterday, because it's like, I want wins in the space.
Yeah, me too.
Like, you know, like, it's PvE. We all are very PvE people, so it's like you want dubs, you know, and you want. Like, I would love to have Smokey on. AI Bro is tweeting, like, dude, tag him, get him. I would love. I'll ask Sobi. I think Sobi's invested in Berachain. I would actually love to have Smokey on the show, given that it's like very topical. So if he wants to come on, would love to have him on it. Anyways, Tyler, what else is going on in the world of crypto?
Let's see. I mean, that was definitely a big one. We got the tokenomics from the Story Protocol. I think the big open question there is who all, like, they're going to reward. Are they going to reach out to Kaido users?
They are, right? I saw a tweet about that.
Is that confirmed?
I don't know. I saw a tweet, but I read it. I was like scrolling my timeline, so I saw something from Wale saying Kaido eating again or some shit.
The Kaido grind is real. Stats. He's studying it. He's studying the model.
Dude, I'm like cooking you guys. I ain't even trying.
You're cooking me. I've got a bone to pick with this algo. It's hard. It's getting harder and harder to run up this leaderboard.
I think people are reading too much into it. I saw this. So there's a new thing, guys. Mando, you're gonna love this one. So it's not 3-3. It's reply.
Yeah.
So motherfuckers are starting group chats to reply to each other. You know when I used to do this 15 years ago? we had Telegram groups on Instagram, and they were called Shout for Shouts. And we
Mhm.
used to like, I shout you out, you shout me out on my Instagram page, and we grow. And to me, this will always make me laugh, guys, because the social media game never changed. Like the grind. 15 years later, and I'm promise you can backtrack like my past in social media. I was like 14 years old. I was doing this shit. Like it was always the same thing on Tumblr. Actually, from Tumblr, we used to do like reblog for reblog. Like, you know what I mean? And now you have motherfuckers doing yap for yap. Like, it just makes you laugh. Like, the game never changes, man. And the game will always stay the same. Where in my 15 years doing this, I have remained somewhat relevant my entire life or had a business. And I've seen 99% like meme coins evaporate because they tried too hard. I think the secret is just having good original content. Like us four here. Like, you know, we participate in the whole yapping thing for fun, but like, you know, Tyler is the news guy, right? He's got his news. He breaks shit down for people to understand, like stats. He's got his statistics and everything. Like he's the guy you want to go to if you want to know how much a blast gold is going to be worth. And then you got, and of course, like, you know, being part of Meme Land Eco, like you're kind of the guy there. And then Mando, he's got his minutes. He's got a good takes on the market and stuff. And me, I'm just me. And so I think just like by being yourself is probably as a creator, like the easiest way to go about it, right?
I think that's the key. It's like having distribution in the space is so valuable.
It's so powerful.
It is insane. And people, the minute you start looking like someone who is trying to use that distribution for your own gain, you know, you start to lose people. And then you're giving up your long-term asset for short-term gain. And I think that's never a good strategy. Like yesterday, I did post about, I went on to Yaps, or I went on to Kaido, and I saw that Cyrus was in like 15th place and he had only posted once.
Exactly.
So I will tweet that. I'll be like, and that is probably a Yap friendly thing to tweet about because they do seem to like that. But the reason I tweeted it is because I was actually in my head like, what the fuck? How does this guy have top 20 with just one post? And that's interesting for my followers. So I will tweet that even though it's a little Yap friendly because I actually think that is an interesting thing for my followers to know about.
You're number 8 right now, dude. Let's go.
But the minute you start saying things like, how does Yaps work? Like, can you Yap? Like, I think you just start losing people. You start sacrificing like kind of your most important thing, which is the trust of your audience.
You got to shoot from the hip. You know, the other day I was saying I'm tired of tweeting, and then Tyler's like, bro, I played you. Bang! I got 100,000 views on a tweet.
Let's go.
You know?
I played you.
Don't worry, I'm holding my Brian Johnson interview back for Monday for you guys, for my fantasy holders. You know,
play Farouk next week in fantasy.
I'm that way about fantasy for sure, dude. I'm like, for some reason, I like at 8 a.m. on Mondays, I just start tweeting a lot because I'm like, my card holders believe in me. I want to help the believers. Even though I get no financial benefit, I still do want to look out for them, but I can only do it for like 4 hours. Then
yesterday's show winner makes a good point here, saying that's exactly why we'll have an alt season. Human greed is also not changing. Let's talk about this for 1 second. Mando, I'm going to hear you. Are we getting this alt season or not? Because I've seen a very good take. As long as human greed exists, there will be an alt season. And I think that's a very good take.
I think you can't see what's happened with Pump Fun and believe like we're going to get a broad-based alt season. I just think that's the main thing that people are missing. Is like we have 10,000 coins a day or like 5,000 of coins a day. It's so difficult to be like, oh, Bitcoin dominance is going to go down. Bitcoin dominance is really just a ETH versus Bitcoin and maybe XRP thing at the moment. Like, I think we can very easily see AI coins go up higher, but is that an altcoin season by what a lot of people would call it? I don't know. I'm never taking another view that Bitcoin dominance is going to go down now. I think that AI coins can bounce a decent amount. I think it's probably got one of the best bets or best stories in altcoins still. I don't know why, apart from maybe some of these like revenue producing DeFi coins. And then meme coins as well. Like I do think some of them can come back, but generally when I've seen stuff like this happen, like a big frothy bit of the market comes down, everyone gets wrecked. It does take a little bit of time. Like think about NFTs, right? Like if this is like, you compare this to May 2021, you need a little bit of like healing time, and the stuff that might run might not be the stuff that was the previous runner.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
Like greed never goes away, but fear never goes away too, you know? And it's like people don't want to lose their own money. And I think that there is a cycle here where if your most recent memories, like people's memories of NFTs still are of losing money. Like, so it becomes very hard for things to pump. And if people's most recent memory of meme coins is losing money, Like, yeah, this is just like the nature of cycles, you know. And then we get a lull, and then suddenly Portal goes to 500 million. Everyone's like, holy shit, it's back. And, you know, and you get a year of people wanting to pile in, or Virtuals goes to 3 billion in 3 months, and everyone says, holy shit, like I need to get on the next one. I can't miss that. So like the casino is going nowhere. We know that, but I think like we are in a period right now where people's most recent memories are of pain, not of gain, you know? And I think like, like that's really the driver.
Pain.
Yeah.
Pain coded.
Pain coded. Yo,
Coded.
meme land man. Where's our pain tokens?
I mean, you know, the team's advising those guys, and they're working hard in the background, man. I can't even get a hold of my own team because people are so busy trying to advise those guys, figure out how to get this thing done right, you know. And I think like that's what I will say about the team is the team wants to do stuff right, like, and you want to figure out how the coin does well, how you don't get a bunch of.
It's still going to be a weekend surprise token, right?
I mean, there are all sorts of questions, but I think like when we talk to the people who've kind of been behind the scenes here, it feels like snipers, like there's a whole industry of snipers.
Oh,
if you look at what happened to Hawk Tuah, like we don't even know who dumped. Like it could have been snipers who, like there's an industry of people who are not on the inside who are figuring out how do you find that exact first block, buy, and then pump it all the way up the curve and then dump. And it happened with Enron as well. And it gets immediately pinned on the insiders. But you also have this external industry that is like making millions of dollars doing this, dumping, and then everyone blames the insiders, but it's actually the snipers. So I think like so much of the key here, and what happened like with Enron is you had, I mean, I don't know anything about Enron, but I know that it got massively sniped in the beginning on that first block, run up to 700 million. They dumped massively, it dumped 70%, and then it's kind of game over, you know, and it may not even been the team, and everyone says the team scammer. So it's a dangerous space where you got to figure out how to get that right. So the team's like really working on that right now.
Yeah, love to hear it. Listen, it's 10:58. I think we've gone around the block unless I missed something. What do you guys think over the weekend? I'm gonna, while Sims pulls up the board here, the code today was Boomer, Boomer. Higher or lower Monday? I'm gonna let Sims do his thing to pick a winner. But what do you guys think? Higher, lower Monday? How are you feeling about this weekend? Because last weekend was, that was a bloody one.
You don't come on FOMO hour and say lower, man. So we got to say higher. This ain't the podcast for lower. Come on.
I mean, the boys have been saying lower a lot. Man, no, Tyler. Nothing to say.
No, I think we reversed. I think we reversed the trend.
Let's go.
For the first time. We just got to fade this. New York markets are all shut down from poultry. Yeah. All the poultry markets are shut down. So we got.
I think it's a bounce this weekend.
Okay, let's go. All right, send it, Sims. Right. I love that. Let's go. All right. Come on. Come on. Let's go! Hugh Hefner! What up, baby? Fuck yeah! Yes! Yeah! Come on, baby! Yeah! I love that. Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go, baby. Come on, man. Come on, man. Music NFTs. Let's go. Hugh Hefner, bro. Come on. Come on, bro. I'm so excited. What's up, bro? Fuck, I can't hear him because today I can't hear on the way back. Hold on. Hold on. Wait, what's up? What, dude? Are you hyped or what?
And I was listening to you guys, obviously, and I was looking.
Brooke, we can't hear him.
So we have a little bug today where I can hear you. So I just heard everything you said and I love that. But the spaces can't hear for some reason today. It's just the sound's not coming this way, but I love it. I'm super excited for you to win. I think the people on spaces can hear him, just not on YouTube. But it's hype. He's here. He's talking about how he was out and then he just hit. So for those of you who don't know, Hugh Hefner actually hosts a music NFTs show on Rug Radio, like true story. And he's been like one of our like most active holders, participants, listeners, fans. He helped us with Basil in Miami. Like he's around. Loxy, our CEO, was just on his show this week as well. So you should go back and listen because I believe that Loxy dropped a lot of gems on Myriad, by the way, that night. So yeah. Anyways, shall we? I feel like today we got to hit big, right, boys? Like this is like a good vibe. It's Friday. All right. Also, his username is Jew Hefner on Shabbat. I mean, it's just a holy moment for him to win it. So let's spin this thing. Well, you won a red guy. Congratulations, Hef.
It's cool to even just be a part, and so thank you, fellas. I appreciate it for real.
We appreciate you, brother. Thank you for everything you do, bro. All right, that's awesome. He said he always wanted a red guy anyways, and he got one. So there you go. You're officially part of the red guy community. All right, fam. Well, enjoy your weekends, everyone. And with that, we'll see you Monday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.